Hello and welcome to Love My Poland. As an American living in Poland, it is fascinating to see how some of the biggest TV shows in the US are translated into Polish. If you're a close follower of my channel, you probably remember a similar episode I did on my favorite Polish translations for American movies. And like translations for movies, there are some TV shows that prefer to stay true to the original English title. For instance, Breaking Bad is Breaking Bad in Polish, Dr. House is Dr. House, or The Office is simply called The Office. But other shows get more creative names, and I just have to share them with you today. So here are my favorite 12 Polish translations for TV shows that are huge in America. And we're going to count down from 12 to 1. Here we go. Number 12, we'll start with an oldie but a goodie from my youth, Miami Vice. Policjanci z Miami, or The Police from Miami. Short and sweet and to the point. I like it. Number 11, Grey's Anatomy. Yeah, the Poles just call this one chirurdzy, which means surgeons. I do not blame the translators for keeping this one simple, as this would be nearly impossible to translate logically into Polish. Good call there. Number 10, I think everyone has heard of Twin Peaks and at least watched a few episodes of this wacky serial. In Polish, they call it Miasteczko Twin Peaks, or Twin Peaks Town. If you know Polish people and Polish mentality, you know they are very, very precise about things. To simply call a TV show Twin Peaks just wouldn't be specific enough. We've got to add the word town in there to make sure we avoid any confusion. Number 9, Northern Exposure. Gosh, I just love the opening melody of this show with those beautiful views, and who would have ever thought the opening scenes were filmed in the state of Washington rather than Alaska itself? I found out about this only recently, and I have to be honest, I feel so cheated. So what do the Poles call this show? Przystanek Alaska, or Alaska Stop. If you're learning Polish, you're likely associating the word przystanek right now with bus or tram stop. Alaska Stop. What a curious translation, and I would love to hear more about how that name was chosen in the first place. Number 8, the TV show Sex and the City is huge in Poland, and the movies based on the show are equally as popular here. The Poles call the show Seks w Wielkim Mieście, or Sex in the Big City. I like how Poles stress the size of the city in the title. Not just any ordinary city, but the big city of New York. Number 7, The Big Bang Theory. If you've watched a few episodes of this TV serial, you know perfectly well that the English title is a double entendre. I won't go into detail about what it really means here, but I will tell you the Polish title leaves very little to the imagination. They simply call it Teoria Wielkiego Podrywu, which translates literally to the theory of the big pickup, as in how to pick up girls. You've got to love how Poles get straight to the point with that title. Number 6, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? I watch the Polish version daily, I really do, and it really helps my Polish development, and I am a big fan of the host Hubert Urbański. The Poles avoid the whole question form of the title for this show, which actually is kind of redundant. Everyone I know would like to have millions in the bank, and they just stick with the title Millionaire, which translates to, well, millionaires. Hey, it works and I'm feeling it. Number 5, America's Got Talent. This show is big everywhere in the world, isn't it? Poland, they just call it Mam Talent, or I've Got Talent. It's a lot more personal here. To call the show Polska ma talent, or Poland's Got Talent, just doesn't work the same way, doesn't feel the same way. Would anyone disagree with me out there? Polska ma talent? Number 4, Walker, Texas Ranger. I grew up most of my life in the suburbs of Houston, Texas, and I will always feel like a Texan at heart. I started karate as a kid because Chuck Norris was sort of a role model for me. I truly loved watching the show, and I think I equally love the Polish translation, Strażnik z Teksasu, which literally translates to the guard from Texas. I am curious, audience, what do you think about the title of this one? The Guard from Texas versus Walker, Texas Ranger. Number 3, Married with Children. Świat według Bundy. The world according to Bundy, as in Al Bundy. You know, as I was preparing this episode, a few of my friends and students defended the Polish title and said translating this one word for word from the English might come across as simply weird. I think you know what I mean. And it might convey the wrong message. You know, the world according to Bundy is, I really think it's a better choice. And I'd like to share a little fun fact here. Poland has its own version of Married with Children, which is called Kiepsy. You have to check that one out. A lot of people watch Kiepsy, although they don't always admit they do. It's a specific show. Number 2, if you're a soap opera fan, I'm not, you know the American classic, The Bold and the Beautiful. In Polish, moda na sukces, which translates to fashion for success. I like how the Polish omits the word bold here altogether and goes more for emphasizing the fashion aspect of the soap opera. I've watched a few of them and it is very much a fashion show in that soap opera. Number 1, the final one of our 12 today, my all-time favorite translation from Baywatch, the show Baywatch. Are you ready for this one? Słoneczny Patrol. Sunny Patrol. Baywatch in Polish is called Sunny Patrol. There's nothing more I need to say. I love that one. Sunny Patrol. Well, thank you so much for watching this episode today. I have to tell you that I had a blast making this one. I had a blast talking to my friends and students about it. They gave me a lot of good ideas. But I am sure there are some TV shows that we failed to mention that have a really fascinating Polish translation. So what did I forget? Please put it in the comment section so we can all benefit from that. I would love to read your comments. If you have not subscribed to my channel, click the button right here on those flowers above my head so you don't miss out on future episodes. See you in the next one.